Florida plays LSU this Saturday, 7:30 kickoff, Death Valley at night, you know the thing, 7:30 Eastern time on ABC. Florida fans are furious for obvious reasons. LSU fans are generally unhappy right now for less than obvious reasons because most of you did not watch the Louisiana Tech game last week. That would be where they were favored by 37.5 and scored 23. Offense looked like it wanted to be anywhere other than Tiger Stadium. So, here we go. All right, Florida LSU, part 900. College football is not World Wrestling Entertainment. There is a general line of thinking out there that is much akin to watching a wrestling match. And that is, all right, well, so-and-so got the upper hand. Here comes the comeback. Feed the comeback. Feed the comeback. And it's the same way with Florida right now. There's a solid portion of the college football public that thinks, well, Florida got beat last week, so this is where they'll bounce back. How do you know? How do you know they're not just dead? Did you think Florida State was going to bounce back last year when they got beat by Georgia Tech? Then what happened? They were dead. How do you know Florida's not dead? I don't think they are, but I don't know that. You don't know that. LSU could win this game by 30 Saturday. LSU could also lose the game outright. That's why we're breaking it down. This is another Blake Baker game, defensive coordinator at LSU. This is a Blake Baker game. I would say that DJ Lagway in that offense looked pretty pedestrian against USF last week. Logic says I should expect an inspired effort here. But see, here's what my eyes tell me. The depth, versatility, and talent profile and pressure packages that this LSU defense is going to throw at me if I'm Florida are a different league, respectfully, than what I saw from USF last week. Oh, by the way, I've got 2 jet engines in each ear that's called LSU at night that I have to deal with, and I haven't dealt with that so far this year. This whole operation's been wobbly at home. Now I got to take it on the road. That ought to be fun. It's a Blake Baker game. Now, on the other hand, there's a Florida sort of production versus potential paradigm that I'm fascinated about in this game. It sounds a little something like this. So sometimes you expect things about a team. With Florida, I'll tell you what I expected. I expected that DJ Lagway had takeover potential. He could take over a game. I expected their offensive line could do the same, that their ground game could do the same. I looked at this specific matchup in the preseason and said Florida's defensive line should have a decided advantage against that LSU offensive line. And you know what? I've seen absolutely nothing so far that shows that should be the case. So the production piece is not there. But the potential piece, was I just wrong? Many are suggesting yes. I just overhyped Florida. Maybe you're right. But there is another possibility that, for my sake, better be correct. And that other possibility is, no, the potential is there. It's just unrealized so far. Unrealized potential. Well, if that's the case, and I don't want to do anyone's job for them, but if that's the case, and play caller Billy Napier is watching this show, I'd suggest turning that potential into production in this game. Because if you don't, you may not have much more rope left, may not have many more opportunities to do that. On the other side, on the flip side, I'll ask the same question about LSU in this game I asked about the Clemson game. What will LSU ask Garrett Nussmeier to do? We'll get back to the video 1 second. Do me one quick favor. Look down. Make sure you're subscribed. Most of you are. If you're not, please do so. It's the way we keep the channel free, we keep the videos coming, and we get to do college football year-round as God intended. All right, as promised, back to the video. Because what they asked him to do in the Clemson game was very fair. What they asked him to do in many games last year was not. What they asked him to do last year, for instance, in this game here, was throw the ball 48 times. Do you know that LSU ran 49 more plays than Florida in this game last year and still got beat by 11? How's that even possible? How is it even possible? Explosive plays, that's how it's possible. So if you find yourself in a situation where Florida stones you up front, you can't run the ball, it's 3rd and 8 all night, and you're asking Nuss to throw the ball a whole lot, I'm not saying you can't win. Maybe you will. I trust him. It's just I don't think that's the best spot that he needs to be put in, nor should he be put in that spot. Just make some plays. You know, if defense holds Florida to 20 or less, first off, there's not this pressure to trade points. If LSU just does what they did against Clemson, just Well, forget that. If they can just do against Florida what USF did, 4.4, 4.5 yards per carry, plenty good enough. Plenty good enough. I mean, it's not an insanely high bar to clear. So that'd be plenty good enough. At that point, you just ask Nussmeier, don't lose this game. We'll take our shots, but mainly we just need you to get us in the right looks, need you to not turn the ball over, make some plays, and we'll get out of here with a win. That's how that should go. Will it go that way? The vibe coming out of LSU is just way better. I don't even mean, LSU's won every game they've played. So far, Florida's 1-1. I just mean like Brian Kelly won a game last week and threw his entire staff under the bus. And then I listened to the other side, and Florida lost a game, and it's like, we're not changing anything. Nope, we've got a process here. We're going to stick to it. Look, Billy Napier does not owe the public an explanation. Well, kind of he does, because that's who you're accountable to ultimately. But it's highly unlikely that they're really not changing anything internally. It just may be that he didn't feel the need to share that at a podium, at a press conference. But, man, the vibe coming off LSU, I love. I love that. It doesn't guarantee a win, but I do love it because it shows the sense of urgency that, frankly, they haven't always started the season with. It shows Brian Kelly feels pressure. Pressure's not a terrible thing. It's not a bad thing at all. And he's coached for a million years, so he gets it. I think they probably have a staff advantage here as well. So Florida's got an uphill battle. Let's take a look at what the model thinks. FanDuel's got LSU minus 8.5 right now. I got to be honest with you, before I pulled the thing up, I thought we were going to lean solidly Florida. We really don't. We've got LSU minus 7.5. So I do think we'll get as inspired an effort as we can get out of Florida. I do think that. It's just you couldn't afford early losses because this is the kind of game you're not supposed to win. So you got yourself in a position now where you burned up all of your equity, you burned up all your insurance, your wiggle room, and now you're trying to win games as more than a touchdown dog on the road in the SEC at night. And you've shown no offensive consistency whatsoever. Good luck with that. I will take you to cover. Anything over a touchdown, I will take Florida and the points, but LSU will find a way to win this game, I think. But if, just on the off chance that Florida wins that game, it does re-illustrate the theory that I'm buying into no matter the outcome of that game, and that is the SEC is about to be a bloodbath. Nobody's escaping undefeated. I don't think anyone's escaping with one loss. It's going to be bad. Well, for the team. It's going to be great for you and I because all we have to do is sit here and watch it. You know, PateStateMaterial.com has new Ramen Noodle Express gear. We keep adding because that's what you keep purchasing. And so we've got new designs even above and beyond this coming. And we've also got the Fall Don't Lie tour. Several versions of that T-shirt. Got all kinds of stuff. Someone asked us for koozies the other day. Boom. Had them in there by 5 p.m. by close of business. PateStateMaterial.com makes great birthday gifts. It's not close to Christmas yet, but it's never too early to do Christmas shopping. And we're updating that thing like every week.